Hello, in this video we're going to talk about how you can get this portable backdrop set up with 2 light stands and a reflector for less than around £120. Really good if you are on a tight space, in a small studio, working in an office, doing some corporate headshots. This is the perfect setup for that kind of thing. So let's talk about it. So essentially what we've got is a newer pop-up backdrop that is around £45–50, around that mark. Really nice to use, really nice sort of matte texture, as you can see on the backdrop, white on the other side. So really nice and versatile. You can use it as a big reflector if you're wanting to reflect some light across, or use it to flag light if you're trying to add shadows or take some light away from a scene as well. It's pretty easy to use, just folds up. A little tricky to fold up and get back in the little sort of case it comes with, but still it's worth the investment. The other things we've got on there are the light stand, so they come in a pack of 2. These particular ones I couldn't find on Amazon again, but there are a link below for something that's very similar that were like £35–40 I think, and you get a pack of 2 of those, which is handy because on the other side is the light. So in this case I'm using an AD200 Pro from Godox, so they are on the pricey side. They're around sort of £350 with a bit of a kit, but obviously you get lots of sort of accessories for that, and they're more built for a studio as well, and with them being battery powered they're really good to take on location, so that might be something to consider. But you can do this also on a regular speed light. If you're in a smaller space, you can use a speed light for this as well. On the light itself, it's just a 7-inch reflector, around sort of £16–17 from Amazon. Really easy to use, just put it on, it gives you a nice light with some dramatic fall off as well. So if you're going for a bit more of an edgier look with your portraits, you can use that reflector. So the backdrops come in packs of 2, like I said before, and they are fairly cheap, but they are very heavy duty. I've not had any problems with these at all. They're pretty useful for light stands and even backdrop stands as well, like the one behind me, so I would definitely recommend those. Everything I will put in the video will have a link below, so you can go and check it out for yourself. There is no sponsor for this, there is nothing by Neewer or Sony or Viltrox or anything like that. This is just gear I use and I've had some success with. So I think what we'll talk about as well is the lighting. So this is the AD200, and one of these on Amazon at the minute is around £349. This is the AD200 Pro, I should say, but it does come with a lot of accessories as well, which is pretty useful. So different sort of gels that you can get with it and things like that. There's 2 types of heads. There's this one, which I've spoken about this before in another video, and there's like a Fresnel head that kind of clicks onto it. This is the one for the studio, just because it's got a good bright studio bulb in it, so I like to use that one within this reflector for this type of photo. I think it looks pretty good and you get a good light, especially with the reflector as well. The second thing is we're going to talk about a camera. So this is the Sony a7 IV with a 50mm 1.8 Viltrox lens. 50mm I really like for portraits. It's a very nice focal length when it comes to taking photographs of people, so I like to use the 50mm prime for that. It goes down to 1.8, but I think at these photos it was at 2.2, so it's very rare that I would go that wide open in a studio environment. That is anyway. And then on that is the Godox X2T flash trigger. This one is for Sony. There is another one in the studio for Sony, which is the Pro, which is a little bit bigger. Kind of does the same thing, but with the X2 you can put a speed light on the top of it. So if you're out and around and you shoot, you're at a wedding maybe, and you want to control the lights but also have some direct light on the top of your camera, you can attach a flash to the top of that as well. We have one of those for Canon, for people who shoot in the studio and use Canon. And then for the particular shot that I'll show you, I did use a speed light. So this is a sorry, not a speed light, I did use a light meter. This is a Sekonic light meter, L308X. Didn't know that was the model name, but very good. It's around £180 for light for that one, which I don't know why light meters are so expensive, but that one is, and that's more of the budget side as well. But it's useful. You don't have to use one. You can do it by eye. That just sort of saves a bit of time really. If you're in a bit of a rush or your shoot is on a tight schedule, it makes it easier for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you some of the photos, and there's only 2 of me because I was the only one in here when I decided to do this. But yeah, super quick video about a really affordable backdrop setup with stand for around 120 quid if you're using your own flash and camera system. And that's it. shout out for the last video, the Rico review-ish was really good and nice feedback from that. So yeah, keep checking us out. We turned 3 as a company the other day, which is pretty crazy, that this little photographic company that started as a hobby that now has got well out of hand is 3 years old. But thanks for everyone's support and for everyone I will work with, and all the people who've come on board to work with me and be in the studio and work in the studio and learning here, or just use this space as somewhere nice to come to work and edit the current shots that you've done somewhere else. So that's quite nice. So yeah, see you in another video. Bye.